Hey, what's up, dudes? Isaiah here. Welcome back to more Honkai Star Rail. Last time we were playing Star Rail, actually. We just got done with all the story and everything. Everything's all done. The only thing that's left to do is Equilibrium, Universal Equilibrium, which will get us up, which is part 4. So we have to do that, and we'll get stronger to do other things and also farm for stuff. So let's get that stuff out of the way. And also, we're gonna be doing some character companion missions as well. You can get some of those done because I know I have a long laundry list of stuff to do. As you can see, we have all the adventure missions, which I haven't done in a very long time. But we also have the Stellar Run Hunter stuff I do want to do for this part, but it's gonna have to wait for the next part because it is very long. And yes, I do want to fit it all one video. But for this, I feel like we should wrap some sort of stuff up in Bellavog. We didn't get the chance to earlier, and it's right here in the Lafu. Relic Reopen, these two dudes, Stormbringer and Atama Gatekeeper, which we've already fought those guys many times. I also swapped out Balyu for Natasha because I have a second team going on right now. And yes, I did some pulls, and I went to go get some more pulls for Silverwolf, and I did, and I got Japard over here, which he's pretty much like a shielder. I'll show him off one day, but not anytime soon because I gotta build him up first. He's up to 60 right now, and I still gotta build up Asto. But this is what I got going on for a second team right now. But that will all have to wait because I'm gonna stick with this one. But yeah, I wanted to start using Natasha again. I think we should start with the Stormbringer, yeah.
We need a strategy.
Oh, I have no technique. Is there any in here? I forgot I was grinding last time. I was going to get those warp trotters. In between the last episode and now, I was working on getting some warp trotters. Anyways, but nothing too special happened besides polling for Silverwolf and got Japard instead, which isn't terrible. Can't complain too much on that. I'll take any new character really, as long as it's not a freaking light cone. But then again, it was a character banner. But after this video goes up, I'm gonna be grinding quite a bit. I want to get all my characters stronger. Traces, artifacts, the works. Because we're at that point. Keep debuffing this guy.
Do you know who I... Big Diamond! It's all yours!
It's time.
There we go.
Lance ablaze. Lance! Forward!
I always like this place battle music. It's pretty good too.
This is double speed.
It's tanky.
I'm on guard. Hit!
Time for a buzz.
How many defense drops does he have? It's quite a bit. I don't think we need it. Oh, I couldn't heal anyways, but I think we'll be fine. This guy's not too crazy strong. He's just really tanky.
Time for a shot.
Actually,
Just a little something. Think nothing.
Nice teamwork.
Now. What are you looking at? Can I have fun this time for a buzz? This is double speed.
there we go. 15k.
Reach the end of the story in your own way.
1,000 damage. Sorry, I read that wrong.
We need a strategy.
Nah. Not much of a strategy. I wish I had tech points, but I completely forgot about that. That's fine. Yeah, this guy shouldn't be too bad.
Honored to meet me.
We've fought many of these guys before. They're just kind of annoying.
Do you know who I am?
They summon more dudes that can
I'm on guard.
ensnare you, which can not cause you not to move. All that wonderful stuff. Not as annoying as Genshin enemies though, I'll tell you that much. For a long time, I actually did do my Genshin dailies, believe it or not. I know, who am I, right? So I often forget, Natasha does a lot more damage than Balyu.
What are you looking at?
Like, just a normal attack does, at base does more damage, I think. It seems that way.
Lance at the ready.
Imprison, that's what it was. Not ensnare. I couldn't think of the debuff for a minute.
This combat needs. This is double speed. Time for a shot.
Also, speaking of that Silver Wolf Star Hunt game events, I'm a little late on that. A lot of stuff's been happening
More
lately.
enemies. Time for a
Well,
buzz.
not on my end, on someone else's end, but I've been trying to do my best as a friend to be there for them. That's why I'm so behind on the event itself. The museum's around for like 8 more days, so I'll get started on that as soon as possible. Damn, Herta. That's actually really good damage.
Lance ablaze.
And I just realized Silver Wolf's almost dead. Oh, she'll survive this. No, she'll survive because of taunts. Unless they do that.
That's better.
Hold on.
Good as new.
Do this.
Just a little something. Think nothing.
Yeah, Natasha's artifacts aren't great, but they do up healing. That also, there's so many artifacts I gotta grind for.
Can I have fun this time?
God, did you just die? There we go. Oh, awesome. I was waiting for her burst to get ready. If that was, I
Nice.
feel like that was gonna be the
Let's do it
case.
again when you're leveled up.
And we're 51. And that's a wrap for that one. Just gonna walk away from that guy. Anyways. Oh yeah, I still haven't solved your problem. I know. We'll get to that. Tracks of Destiny. I think that is for your traces, right? Yeah, it's for material for your traces. Oh, more fuel. How much fuel do I have? Because I'm going to go on a grind fest after this part. 32? Yeah, definitely. Definitely ready for grinding. But anyways, let's go do our companion mission. And I'm going to do this one because we haven't seen Natasha in forever. Plus, we have her with us. Isn't that fitting?
Can I talk to you for a moment? I have a favor to ask. Something rather personal.
Of course, Nat.
I want to thank you again for recovering the Wonder Medicine. It meant a lot to me. But disposing of Vash's reagents isn't enough to solve the medical supply shortage. Many of my patients can't be seen promptly, and my stock of medicine is running low. Thanks to you, the route to the overworld through the furnace core has reopened. I'd like to use it to return to the surface and see if I can get some help.
Oh, from whom?
I knew you'd be interested. Remember my adoptive parents I mentioned to you a while ago?
Yeah.
After the reopening of the furnace core passage, I had an idea. I wrote a letter and asked Sampo to deliver it to my parents' old address. I didn't have high hopes, but amazingly, Sampo brought me my mother's reply.
Santa being a gentleman? A rare occasion. Occurrence.
That's exactly what I thought when I got her letter. Mom said they still live at the old house, but they're not working on the front lines anymore. They should still have some connections in the medical school and the hospital, though. If I'm lucky, maybe I can convince them to send extra medical supplies to the underworld. Of course, that's not the only reason for me to go back to the surface. I can't wait to visit my parents again, and I can tell from my mom's letter that they feel the same. If possible, I would like you to go with me.
Of course.
Wonderful. That's such a relief. I've sent another letter to my mom telling her to find us near Fountain Plaza. Don't worry, I know my way around the administrative district.
I would hope so, Nat. Blizzard immunity. We'll see if this one's gonna be like Hook's earlier. Natasha in the overworld, where it's like it kind of just ends halfway and then another one starts. Oh, this might be a problem. So this blue marker right here is the event, and I was gonna record that separate, but we might run into that tonight. Let's hope
It's
not.
getting late.
Also, I'm gonna have to stitch the museum part in a different video. I think we're good though.
This place doesn't seem to have changed much from what I remember. Oh, there you are. Sorry, I got distracted watching the crowds.
It's cool. It's cool.
Look at the busy flow of people. Life in the overworld carries on as usual, as if nothing has happened. We're a little early. I've got an idea. I want to buy my mom a gift. You're more of an overworld local than I am now. Any suggestions?
Any suggestions? Want you to play the Goal of Theater, Ever Someone's Florist? I want to say Golden Theater, because I don't think I've seen that. Or no, wait, isn't that the...
Sounds fun, but there's a chance it won't suit my mom's taste.
Ah,
Let me think.
it does sound fun.
Yes. I remember there was a florist in the overworld. How about we head over that way? I've been underground for so long, I almost forgot what flowers smell like.
Yeah, really. Just avoid that. Okay, I think we're good. I think I had to talk to Pella right there. She was standing there staring at the fountain. That's immersion right there. I don't remember that person sitting there playing guitar, actually.
I'll take this one.
Ever Summer? Was that always the name? Seems I was too young to get the irony back then. Sorry. I don't mean to sound cynical. Maybe it simply represents the people's hopes up here.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, sending flowers is quite the tradition in my family. Mom, Dad, Vash, and I, whenever something good happened, we sent each other flowers to celebrate. Do you want to hear a flower story?
Sure do. Let's hear one. Oh boy, there's a lot of them. What's Vash's favorite flower?
Out of everyone in my family, I think he probably appreciated flowers the least. Still, I remember the day he received his offer from the medical academy. My parents took me to the florist, and we bought him the most expensive marquise stem in the shop. When we gave him the flower, he failed to hide his smile. You can't imagine how hard it was to get him to smile.
What's your father's favorite flowers?
My father is a famous surgeon in Belobog. Because of his fame, people in medical circles paid great attention to his surgeries. He always had a lot of stress to deal with. Each time he finished a tricky operation, my mom and I would buy a single stem of sunshine and then pin it on the chest pocket of his apron. Sunshines represent warmth and love of light. For patients on the verge of death, my dad might have been the only light to penetrate the darkness around them.
Interesting. What about your mother's favorite flowers?
Each year for their anniversary, my dad would send my mom a bouquet of ball peonies wrapped in red paper. I heard that ball peonies represent love that knows no end. It does fit their marriage.
What's your favorite flower?
As an orphan, I never knew my birthday. My adoptive parents took me to the overworld and made the day I joined the family my birthday. And each year on that day, my parents would give me a bouquet of first snow. And the number of stems represented how many years had passed since I joined the family. I only found out later that first snow represents beautiful memories. My parents gave me a beautiful childhood, and I still haven't had the chance to thank them for that.
How sweet. I see. Should we go to the florist? Interesting. A little bit of Natasha lore, you know. What flower should I pick for Nat? Bouquet for snow. Yes.
Oh, first snow, is it? 1 second. I'll get it ready for you.
Wait, should I go? Never mind.
There you go. Sorry for the wait. Hope to see you again soon.
All done? May I have a look? First snow.
Yeah.
Thank you. It reminds me of carefree childhood days. Ah, those times were pure and innocent, just like these petals. I knew you'd pick the right flowers. Mom and Dad will be so happy. Let's go. My mom will be there soon. Best not to leave old folks waiting.
I should have got like a flower for her mom or something, but it's like, no, wait. Let me get a flower for Natasha. Hey, Paperboy, you have anything new, or are you still sold out from the first time I came through here? Nope, you're still sold out. All right, thought I'd check. Is he a Paperboy? He is. Sorry, I didn't want to make the weird assumption. But you would think.
Come around and have a look.
Wait. No. Okay, it's not like Genshin where there's a book on the shelf you can just grab.
Mom!
Nat? Nat, is that you? Oh, come here, my darling.
And her adopted mother share a warm embrace.
It's been too long, Mom.
Aw.
Too long. Sorry, I don't usually get this emotional. How have you been, Mr. Oswell? Thank you so much for taking care of my parents these last 10 years.
I'm doing fine, Miss Natasha, just fine. Look at you. You've blossomed into a fine young woman. Such a pity that your father...
Dad, I was wondering where he is. Is he...
It was 3 years ago, Nat. No need to be sad. He passed away very peacefully.
I'm so sorry, Mom. I'm so sorry. For 10 years, I left you both in the overworld. Mr. Oswell, I'm sorry you had to bear all this weight.
Don't be, my dear. It is my honor to look after your parents.
It's not your fault that they sealed off the passage between the surface and the underground. Don't be so harsh on yourself, daughter.
Oh, Mom. I have so much to say to you. But, there's an urgent matter that needs your help. I apologize. I wish this were a happier reunion. But there are too many suffering with sickness in the underworld. And you're the only person I can go to for help.
Oh, there's no need to apologize, my child. I've heard of your deeds down there, and I know you've saved many lives. Your father? He would be proud of you. We have many connections in the medical academy. No matter what you need, be it medicine or data, I should be able to get it for you. Be the doctor you always were, Nat. We have all the time in the world to catch up later.
Discuss a detail about the medical supply work in the underworld. I'm sorry about your father, Nat.
It's all right. I was prepared. Although it still hurts to hear it from Mom. With her help, we'll be able to ease the underworld's medical supply shortage. That's good news for patients who'd lost hope. I really wish I could spend the whole day talking to her about the old days. But Sadly, now is not the time. Let's head back to the underworld. We need to spread the good news.
Miss Natasha, one moment, please.
Mr. Oswell, I thought you headed back home with Mom. How come...
I apologize, Miss Natasha. As a matter of fact, there's something I have to tell you in person.
Something that Mom isn't supposed to know?
You haven't changed a bit. Smart and sensitive. The fact of the matter is, in the first 2 years after the passage was closed off, I received many letters from Master Vash.
What? Letters from Vash? Are you certain, Mr. Oswell?
Of course, miss. I recognized his handwriting. You'll see what I mean when you read the letters yourself. Actually, those letters were intended for your eyes only. The delivery address was the underworld, but because of the sealing off of the passageway, the letters were sent back to your old house, to me.
I don't understand. Did you not show them to my parents?
I'm sorry, miss. I opened one of them out of curiosity. Master Vash stressed in the letter that your parents must not know what happened to him. That's why I put the letters in a secure place, waiting to hand them to you when we could meet again. I'm not sure if I did the right thing, Miss Natasha. I just didn't want your parents to feel that their son was so close and yet so far away.
Do you have the letters on you, Mr. Oswell? Let me take a look.
Of course, here. You can tell it's the young master's handwriting.
Natasha, how you been? I hope you're doing well. I am, as stated in my previous letter, envious of you. You have always shown your unaware kindness to your patients. I'm envious of your nearest compassion. I remember giving a speech on stage when I first started school, waving my arms and advocating for your department of blizzard immunity. In hindsight, I was a fool. During my final days of the medical school, I became increasingly stubborn with withdrawal into myself. Experiments and ambitions consumed my heart, and my patients who were supposed to be in my care were previously ignored. Natasha, I dare not beg you for forgiveness. I owe the people of the underworld too much already. I might have spent the rest of my life as a madman, wallowing in my own convictions. If you haven't agreed to my desires of self-exile, the cold as relieved to me, my arrogance, how can a child who grew up in the warmth ever begin to comprehend the cruel, bitter cold? Thank you for giving me one last chance of discovering the answer. I live in an abandoned house under the broken roofs and continue my experiments. One step after another, I made a big breakthrough. I'm trembling not because of the cold, but because I can feel I'm getting closer to the answer I seek. I became a para, unable to return to civilization, society, nor face my parents. But I didn't despair. Because I had discovered the meaning of my existence, I had a feeling that I was on the right track. The reagents I developed in the underworld have serious flaws. The medication only addresses the issue of the organ hypothermia and failure, and it was caught into a never-ending vicious cycle of consumption and recovery. I should never have changed my focus on my study a long time ago. I tried to figure out how to raise the temperature of the organs of the body in controlled manner. Natasha, thank you very much. You helped me find the missing pieces in the development of blizzard immunity.
The cold has revealed to me my arrogance. How can a child who grew up in warmth ever begin to comprehend a cure to bitter cold? Vash didn't give up on his research into blizzard immunity, even after he left the city. I live in abandoned houses under broken roofs and continue my experiments. One step after another, I've made breakthroughs. I'm trembling, not because of the cold, but because I can feel I'm getting closer to the answer I seek. If what's in here is true, then Vash must have built a lab somewhere in the snow plains, and even made progress in his research. But how can that be?
You believe it?
There'd be no point in him lying to me in the letters. Still, it's possible he may have gone completely insane before he started writing them. I need to leave the city to recover my brother's research data. Are you willing to come with me?
What kind of question is that? Sure
Leave
thing.
the city. You are taking too much risk, Miss Natasha.
I know, Mr. Oswell, but I have a hero with me. He saved the underworld. I'm sure he'll protect me, right?
Well, absolutely.
Vash, it's been so many years. Are you still alone in the blizzard? Oh, ignore me. I'm just talking to myself. Let's go. It's time to face my past head-on.
Absolutely.
It's hard to imagine anyone surviving in these conditions. Unless blizzard immunity is real. Whew. Let's hurry up. We need to find any clues that Vash may have left behind before both of us become ice sculptures.
When I first came here, I saw this building and thought nothing of it, really. There was a boss on the other side of this that was guarding it, and that's what I found. That's all I found here, really. Wasn't anything too special. I don't think there was a Warp Rider here, is there? Oh, there was one. Alright, well, I think he was in the corner or something, if I remember right.
Here, this looks like lab equipment. Maybe Vash left it behind. Huh. Still, it's all just used test tubes, beakers, and other vessels. There's no sign of any sample reagents or lab notes for that matter.
Maybe things were too harsh for the excuse me. Maybe things were too harsh for the record keeping.
Oh, I know my brother. He's meticulous when it comes to medical experiments. There's no way he wouldn't document his results. I want to go deeper into the snow plains. Can you press on any further? Gosh, the temperature keeps getting lower, but we can't give up halfway.
Trailblaze protects me. It's you I'm worried about.
No need. Don't you underestimate the leader of Wildfire. Let's press on then. This may not sound like me, but I hope that deity the architects worship can grant us some luck.
Natasha's freezing. She's mostly covered. Meanwhile, Silverwolf. How are you not cold, girl? Immersion shattered. No. What's up with these dudes?
Citizens? Outside the walls? Hey, you two! Stop right there!
What?
That's a Silvermane guard. Is he yelling at us? Oh, I'd almost forgotten. No one can leave Belobog without authorization. Looks like we need to talk our way out of this.
Or, hear me out, we can just fight. Maybe.
I can't say you sound suspicious, but I can't just take your word for it either.
Captain, look at her necklace. Maybe she's telling the truth.
It's the same as Dr. Vash's.
My brother does wear an identical necklace. Do you know him?
Are you really his sister? Dr. Vash saved a lot of my soldiers.
Saved your soldiers?
Yes. Take a look at the guards patrolling outside the city. All of them are risking their lives. Aside from the monster-related casualties, We lose men to frostbite every year. But thanks to the medicine the doctor leaves us, my soldiers are able to withstand the cold. They can make camps in the snow plains as footholds for our patrols. If it weren't for the doctor, we would have long since frozen to death.
Medicine. Blizzard immunity.
Where's Vash now?
Dr. Vash is elusive. My squad only met him once, and he didn't seem like the talkative type. He leaves the medicine at specific locations, and our patrols go there to collect it. The medicine is extremely potent. A small vial could keep someone warm for a week. Speaking of the doctor, it's been a long time since we last saw him. At least 2 or 3 years. I hope he's alive and well.
So he really did have a breakthrough in the snow plains. Oh, did the medicine have any side effects for you?
Side effects? Not that I know of. If there were a problem, it'd be that we couldn't go back to the city until the affected worn off.
Because the city would be too hot for us. We'd break a sweat just sitting idle.
Really?
Thanks for the information. We're planning to head deeper into the snow plains to find my brother.
Seems like you've made up your mind. I'd really like to send some of my men with you, but we can't leave our posts. Here, take this medicine. If what you two told me is true, I'm sure you're more than capable of handling yourselves out there.
Thank you, Captain. We'll take it with us.
So it keeps you so warm. Okay. It keeps you so warm that if you were just to go back in the city, you'd be sweating your ass off. Interesting. Does that mean you can, like, unintentionally burn yourself in a way? If you just were to, like, take that and then walk back inside completely forgetting you took it and stand in front of an oven? Wouldn't that technically burn you in a way? Something like that, maybe. I don't know. Thinking about it from their standpoint.
Hold on. That's a big guy over there.
So?
Did you see that? There's something on the monster's back. Oh, the blizzard immunity. Shall we drink it? It's your call.
Sure. I mean, I'm main protag and I have a fire spear, so there's that.
Rule of preservation.
Oh.
I'm ready. Doctor's got your back.
No head start. Come on.
Can you feel it?
At least the will of preservation
it seems
worked.
like Vash's medicine is working. So warm.
Time for a buzz.
Time for a shot.
This guy is nothing, I don't think.
Honored to meet me.
Hurt is not gonna do anything here.
Okay.
Ice enemies. Or one weakness.
Lamps ablaze. Lance! Forward!
Time to twirl. Do you know who I... This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to
Okay, never mind.
You
Her just doing
think.
damage.
Time for a buzz.
Naughty child.
I'm on guard.
Sorry. Didn't believe in you for a second, Herta.
Time for a buzz.
Ice weakness.
What are you looking at?
Lance at the ready.
I should have taunted again. Whatever.
This combat needs...
He's almost down.
This is double speed.
Time for it.
There we go.
It's done. That was my first time seeing you in battle. You've got some moves, don't you? No wonder you were able to save the underworld. Let's have a look over there. My gut tells me we should find something connected to Vash.
Like, it's not your first time fighting with me, but, you know, whatever. Story. With this.
These are records of his experiments. It's Vash's handwriting. This must be the location of his final lab. Come have a look. His last experiment was Nearly 2 years ago? What happened after that? Huh. But his notes seem to suggest he was working to improve blizzard immunity. Brother, where are you? What happened?
Time we head back.
Sorry. I needed to take a moment. After seeing the letters Mr. Oswald kept for me, I was hoping things might have ended differently. I shouldn't have asked you to come with me to such a dangerous place.
You miss him, right?
I do. I can't forgive him for what he's done. Nor can I say I don't miss him. Maybe I should feel glad. The medicine might not have been what he wanted it to be, but it came to something. Maybe he found some inner peace.
Too bad his victims won't ever share that peace.
You're right. There can be no forgiveness for the crimes he committed. He didn't deserve the title of doctor. But maybe this blizzard immunity can now bring benefit to others, even if it was made by a monster. Human beings really are conflicted life forms.
What now?
I'll take his records and data with me, and continue what he started. One day the world will see a perfect blizzard immunity. Before we leave, I'd like to ask for another favor. The last one, I promise.
Sure. You and Natasha put up a headstone for Vash.
That should do. Hope it can withstand the snow.
You gotta put an epitaph on the headstone?
You're right. Let me think.
Epitaph.
Here lies Vash, my brother. That'll do. Thank you for helping me. I feel like a great weight has been lifted. So long, brother. Hope you don't forget Dad's teaching. A doctor does not get to choose his or her patient, my children. Remember, never say no to those who come to you for help. Never.
Tasha. And Natasha's joining the Express now. That's all her stuff then. Kindling? I'll have to put that in the thing. Oh, that's it for Natasha. Okay. I thought there was gonna be another one because Hook had like 2, which was weird. Yeah, let me go fill up on these tech points and we'll head back. Also, achievements. There's Natasha.
Not so long ago, I was still wondering whether I'd ever see Belobog's sky again. Now I'm on a train coasting through the universe. Sorry. It's so beautiful outside. I got a little lost in thought.
Happens a lot
I
here.
almost thought I'd slipped into a fairy tale. When I stand aboard the Express, I can feel that you and I are really the same. Manifesting our own futures in this universe to the best of our abilities.
I think that's what's known as a trailblazing.
Everyone's working hard for the bigger picture. I believe I'll have lots of happy memories here. Thank you for inviting me aboard the Astral Express.
No problem, Nat. Thanks for 10 stellar jade, too. Well, that's going to be it for me in this part of the companion mission. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched it this far, I really appreciate it. If you wish to support me, I have an Instagram if you want. It's at InsaneIsaiah_64. Give it a follow if you want to. You don't have to, obviously. If you want to follow me and my buddy's Discord, it's in the description below, as well as our 2 artists' information. They are both taking commissions right now to this day. But next time, we'll be taking on... Oops. So used to hotkeys. Next time, we'll be taking on the Stellar Hunter Punk Lord Mentality. I'm excited for this one because I really want to see what this one's about. And plus, it's only around for 1 more day, so I'd like to get this done ahead of time. Also, something I'd like to point out by the end of this episode too, they have little save things for events and stuff, and I don't know if this affects every single event in the game. I don't think it does, because look at this museum one. See how it has that little marker on the top left right there, and Star Hunt Games doesn't have it. So and I know this is a part of a quest that probably is already saved, but you never know. I do want to get these done ahead of time, but I just wanted to point that out real quick. But anyways, see you guys next time.